Chosen one, this message is not for anyone who wanders without direction or plays with spirituality like it is a decoration. This is for the ones who walk the true divine path of God, the ones whose spirits have been marked since birth. If you are not aligned with heaven, you should not continue. But if you are one of God's chosen, then listen closely, because this message has reached you at the exact moment you needed it. Nothing in your life shows up by accident. What you are about to hear will open your eyes and strengthen your spirit in a way you did not expect. Chosen one. You have felt a heaviness lately, a strange pressure in the atmosphere around you. You have wondered why your energy suddenly dips at odd times, why your sleep feels disturbed, and why your spirit senses something moving behind the scenes. This message is coming to confirm what your soul has been whispering. Someone has attempted to send dark energy toward you, but it will not work. And by the end of this message, you will understand why God Himself has already blocked it. Before we go deeper, I want you to give your thoughts in the comments and type 777 to claim divine protection. Make sure you subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and share this message with those who also walk with God. Stay with me until the end. Your life is about to shift.
Dear Chosen One, are you walking the path of God but feeling a lack of guidance? Do you feel alone and isolated and want to know why God is doing this to you? We have built a community for the 144,000 chosen ones where you can watch our premium videos, get daily newsletters and prayer techniques to connect with God more deeply. You can also read blog posts and receive free ebooks to learn more about your journey. It will be your guide to walk the path of God and lead a life of faith and wisdom. More than 1,000 brothers and sisters have already joined, so don't miss out on today's daily guidance. Check out the link in the video description and join the 144,000 Chosen One community right now.
The hidden attack. Why someone is trying to use dark energy against you. Chosen one, you need to understand something very clearly from the start. Darkness never attacks what is weak. It only targets what threatens it. People do not throw stones at trees that bear no fruit. They only strike at the ones with branches heavy and full. And right now, whether you realize it or not, your spirit has been carrying a glow that has unsettled someone around you. The attempt to use dark energy against you did not come from a stranger wandering in the shadows. It came from someone who has watched you rise quietly, someone who has observed your strength, someone who has sensed your divine elevation before you even spoke of it. The moment a chosen one steps into a new season of spiritual growth, invisible forces begin to move. Not just heavenly forces, but frustrated and fearful human energies as well. You carry a spiritual presence that exposes hearts. Without trying, without speaking, without revealing anything, you make people confront the truth of who they are. Some respond with admiration, others respond with fear, and a few respond with resentment so deep that they look for ways to block your light, even if they never admit it out loud. Someone noticed your shift. Someone sensed that blessings were forming around your path. Someone felt that your isolation was not a punishment, but a preparation. And instead of celebrating your breakthrough, they tried to interfere with it. They tried to send something dark, something heavy, something meant to confuse, weaken, or slow you down. They may not have even called it black magic directly, but their intention carried the same spiritual poison. When someone resents you silently, that energy does not stay neutral. It seeks movement. It seeks expression. In the physical world, they may talk behind your back. In the emotional world, they may wish you to fail. But when resentment deepens into spiritual sickness, it begins forming intentions that try to interfere with the path of the chosen. This is why you have felt a strange spiritual pressure around you. This is why your intuition has been alert lately. You may not have seen what was done, but your spirit recognized it instantly. Chosen ones are deeply sensitive to spiritual interference. You are not imagining what you have been feeling. The fatigue that makes no sense. The sudden heaviness that comes without reason. The moments when your mind feels foggy even though nothing is wrong. The dreams that leave you unsettled. The sudden bursts of anxiety that vanish and reappear. These are not coincidences. Your spirit has been reacting to something that was sent toward you. You see, when darkness attempts to reach a chosen one, it cannot enter directly. It circles first. It searches for openings, emotional exhaustion, spiritual distraction, loneliness, stress, or moments when you are disconnected from prayer and grounding. That is when the interference tries to make contact. But here is the truth that your soul needs to remember. Even when dark energy tries to approach you, it never has full access. Not to a chosen one. Not to someone covered by God. The most dangerous type of spiritual interference comes from people who pretend to support you but carry envy inside their hearts. They smile at you while secretly hoping your life becomes harder. They speak softly but feel threatened by your presence. They stay near you because they sense your light, but their soul becomes restless around you. And when their envy grows too strong, they seek other methods to bring you down. Rituals, intentions, spiritual manipulation, or emotional sabotage. This attempt against you came from someone who carries silent jealousy, someone who has watched your strength but could never match it, someone who sees your calling but does not understand it, someone who resents the way God favors you even when you are quiet, humble, or hidden. They want the blessings you carry. They want the clarity you walk with. They want the peace that surrounds you. But instead of seeking God for themselves, they sought to disrupt yours. Dark energy is never about the ritual itself. It is about the intention behind it. When someone intensely desires to block you, weaken you, confuse you, or drain you, they create spiritual force, whether they understand it or not. Some use objects, chants, pages, candles, or symbols. Others rely on hatred and focus. But the result is the same, an attempt to create interference in your path. Chosen one here is the deeper truth. The person who sent this energy toward you underestimated who you truly are. They have no idea of the level of protection surrounding your life. They do not understand the kind of spiritual authority you naturally carry. They think that because you are quiet, you are unguarded. They think that because you do not retaliate, you are powerless. They think that because you live in humility, you are spiritually vulnerable. But humility is not weakness, and silence is not emptiness. A chosen one's calm is the most powerful shield they possess. When the enemy cannot attack your body, it aims for your spirit. When it cannot block your blessings, it tries to distract your mind. When it cannot harm your destiny, it tries to slow your steps. This is why you have been feeling out of rhythm lately. The attack was subtle, almost unnoticeable on the surface, but your spirit caught it. Your spirit recognized the shift in the atmosphere before your mind even processed it. That heaviness you felt the other day, that was not random. That sudden wave of confusion, that was not your imagination. That moment when you felt distant from yourself, that was the interference trying to get close. It did not reach you fully, but it brushed your atmosphere. And the reason it did not reach deeper is because God intervened in the exact moment it attempted to enter your space. Dark energy cannot fully enter the life of someone who is chosen, but it can linger around the edges if you are spiritually drained. It tries to influence your emotions, your thoughts, and your sleep. It tries to whisper doubt. It tries to make you feel alone. It tries to disconnect you from your faith. It tries to convince you that nothing in your life is moving. All of this is designed to weaken your spirit so that the attack can create an opening. But here is the miracle. Every attempt against you ran straight into God's protection. Every spiritual arrow sent toward you broke before it reached your soul. Every whisper of darkness was silenced. Every plan designed to harm you was intercepted. You may have felt the pressure, but you were never in danger. You may have felt the atmosphere shift, but you were never at risk. You may have sensed something moving, but God stopped it before it could move fully. The one who tried to interfere with your path does not understand who they challenged. They think you are standing alone, but heaven stands behind you. They think their ritual or intention has power, but they do not realize that your life is sealed by divine authority. They see only your humanity, not your covering. They see your physical presence, not the spiritual army around you. They see your quietness, not your spiritual weight. Chosen one. Hear me with your full spirit. The attempt will not work. It cannot work. It was never going to work. God blocked it before it even reached your doorstep. But you need to know why it was attempted in the first place, so you can understand your next season. You are rising. You are shifting. You are stepping into a new level of spiritual influence. People can sense that on you before you speak it out loud, and when your light begins to intensify, shadows react. When your path becomes clearer, opposition appears. When you draw closer to God, darkness panics. Do not fear this. Do not let it shake you. What is happening is not a sign of weakness. It is proof of your spiritual power and your ascension. The attack was the confirmation. Now we move deeper. The signs. How to know black magic was attempted on you. Chosen one, before you doubt yourself, before you overthink what you have been feeling, listen carefully. Your spirit always knows the truth long before your mind catches up. When someone attempts to interfere with your life through dark intentions, you do not need to see the ritual, the object, the symbol, or the person responsible. Your spirit announces it. Your energy feels it. Your intuition reacts instantly. The chosen are wired differently. You do not operate purely on physical senses. You move with spiritual radar, and the moment something unnatural tries to touch your atmosphere, you sense the disturbance like a shift in pressure before a storm. The first and most common sign is a sudden heaviness that arrives without explanation. Not emotional heaviness from sadness or stress, but an invisible weight pressing on your energy. You wake up and feel drained even though you slept. You stand still but feel like you are carrying something that is not yours. This heaviness lingers around your shoulders, your chest, or your mind. It does not break easily with rest. It does not respond to distraction. It sits, silent and strange, until you notice it is not part of you. Chosen ones feel this because their spirit recognizes that something foreign tried to enter their space. Another sign is sudden, unexplainable fatigue at moments when you should have energy. You can be sitting still, doing nothing stressful, and suddenly your body feels weak or your eyes feel heavy. You may even feel like lying down randomly. This is not ordinary tiredness. It is the feeling of your energy field defending itself. When darkness tries to latch on, your spiritual body exerts force to push it away. That resistance feels like physical exhaustion. Then there are the moments of confusion, the sudden mental fog, the difficulty focusing even on simple thoughts. It feels like your mind is clouded, like something is pulling you inward, like you are momentarily disconnected from clarity. This fog does not last long, but it distracts you enough to disrupt your inner rhythm. This often happens when an intention of confusion or blockage was sent toward you. It cannot enter your soul, but it brushes against your atmosphere long enough for you to notice the ripple. Chosen ones also experience disruptions in their sleep when dark energy tries to reach them. Not every bad dream is spiritual interference, but there is a difference between a normal dream and a spiritual disturbance. When someone tries to attack your peace, your dream world becomes unsettled. You may dream of shadows, unclear faces, running without reason, or situations where you feel watched. Other times, you wake up suddenly in the middle of the night with a racing heartbeat for no logical reason. You did not hear a sound, you did not see a threat, but your spirit woke you up because something attempted to cross a boundary in your atmosphere. Another sign is irritation that comes out of nowhere. You feel easily annoyed, restless, or impatient. Not because someone did anything wrong, but because your energy field is reacting to an external push. Chosen ones experience emotional dissonance when darkness tries to approach them. The emotion you feel is often not yours. It is the energy trying to disturb your peace, and because you are spiritually sensitive, you pick up on it very quickly. You might also notice sudden tension around your head, forehead, or temples. Spiritual interference often tries to create pressure around the mind because the enemy knows that a confused, chosen one is easier to slow down. This tension feels like a tight band around your head or a subtle pulse that comes and goes without any medical cause. You may even feel a sensation like someone is staring at you even when you are alone. That is your intuition alerting you that your spiritual atmosphere has been touched. A more subtle sign is when your thoughts suddenly shift into negative patterns that do not match your usual mindset. Chosen ones naturally lean toward clarity, purpose, and divine awareness, even during difficult seasons. But interference tries to introduce thoughts that feel intrusive or out of alignment with your spirit. You might suddenly think you are failing even when everything is fine. You might feel unworthy, unsafe, or uncertain without reason. These thoughts feel foreign, like they do not belong to you, and that is because they don't. They are attempts to shake your spiritual grounding. Another sign is increased sensitivity to environments and people. Suddenly, certain places feel off. Certain conversations drain you faster. Certain individuals make your spirit feel uneasy, even if they act friendly. This is your discernment heightening. When something tries to spiritually interfere with the chosen one, the spirit becomes more alert to any unsafe energy, even if the danger is hidden behind smiles. Chosen ones may also notice sudden misalignment in small areas of life, misplaced items, repeating moments of clumsiness, minor misfortunes that arrive in clusters, or situations that seem designed to frustrate you. These are not coincidences. Dark energy tries to create chaos in small ways first, hoping to open an emotional doorway. But because God has blocked the deeper attack, it only manifests as temporary disturbances that annoy you but cannot harm you. One of the most revealing signs is emotional disconnection. You feel like you are slightly outside yourself, like your emotions are muted or disconnected from your thoughts. It feels like something is pulling your spirit downward, trying to dim your inner light. This sensation is often misunderstood. People assume it means depression or stress, but for chosen ones, it often means that an external energy attempted to latch on and was rejected by your spirit, leaving a temporary imbalance. But perhaps the strongest sign is intuition. That quiet inner voice, that sudden internal alarm, that moment when your spirit says, something is wrong, something is off, something is trying to reach you. You may not know where it came from or who sent it, but chosen ones do not need to know the source to sense the danger. Your gift of spiritual discernment is a shield that activates before any weapon can touch you. There is also the physical reaction your body gives. You may feel chills without temperature change, sudden warmth in your hands or chest, or a tingling sensation across your shoulders and neck. These are signs your spiritual body is expelling foreign energy. Many chosen ones feel their heart space expand or contract suddenly. This is the spirit defending itself by intensifying the light within. Another sign that surprises many chosen ones is the sudden urge to isolate. Not because you are sad or overwhelmed, but because your spirit wants to recharge away from contaminated environments. When an attack is attempted, your spirit instinctively pulls you into solitude to cleanse, recover, and reground. This desire to withdraw is not weakness. It is your spiritual intelligence protecting you. Sometimes, chosen ones feel an increase in synchronicities during spiritual attacks. Angel numbers appear more frequently. Signs become more obvious. Divine messages appear everywhere. Why? Because when darkness tries to approach, heaven responds immediately with reassurance. You might see repeating patterns, unexpected blessings, or strong moments of clarity in the middle of confusion. These divine signals confirm that the attack is being monitored closely by God. You may also experience people acting strangely toward you. Someone who normally treats you with respect suddenly becomes distant, irritated, or cold. Another person may stare at you longer than usual with discomfort in their eyes. Some will avoid eye contact. Others will try to provoke you emotionally. These reactions happen because your spiritual protection becomes stronger during attacks, and people who align with low vibrational forces feel that shield and become uncomfortable around you. Chosen one. There is another sign, one many ignore. Blessings delay slightly, then arrive suddenly with greater force. When dark intentions try to block you, your blessings do not disappear. They pause for a moment while God clears the interference. That pause feels frustrating, but the breakthrough afterward confirms divine intervention. Many chosen ones mistake this pause for failure, when in reality, it is spiritual cleansing before elevation. And here is an important sign only the chosen understand. You feel God pull you closer. Your spirit becomes more aware of God's presence. You feel subtle guidance, nudges, inner whispers directing you toward prayer, meditation, stillness, or reflection. This happens because when darkness attempts to approach you, heaven draws nearer to counter it. You feel spiritual pressure, but you also feel spiritual protection. This dual experience is unique to chosen ones. If you have been experiencing multiple signs at once, if you have felt the shift, if you have sensed the disturbance, then your spirit is confirming the truth. Someone attempted to interfere with your life using dark energy. You did not imagine it. You did not exaggerate it. You sensed it because you are spiritually awakened and divinely covered. Before we move forward, I want you to pause and acknowledge your own discernment. You knew something was off. You felt it. And now you understand why. If what I described resonates with your spirit, type 333 in the comments to declare that your intuition is alive, awake, and aligned with heaven. The reason it will fail. God already blocked what was sent toward you. Chosen one, before you let fear enter your heart, before you worry about the darkness that tried to reach you, you must understand a spiritual truth far older and far greater than anything your enemies attempted. What was sent toward you cannot work. It will not work. It was never destined to work. Not because you are perfect, not because you are untouchable on your own, but because the hand of God rests on your life in a way that no amount of dark intention can break. Your spirit carries a seal that cannot be tampered with, and every force of darkness knows it, even if you don't fully realize it yourself. The moment an attack is attempted against a chosen one, heaven responds before the weapon even takes shape. God is not reactive. God is proactive. He does not wait for the arrow to fly before stepping in. He blocks it long before it leaves the enemy's hand. This is why chosen ones often sense the pressure of an attack, but never experience the destruction. You feel the disturbance, but you do not see the damage. You sense the atmosphere shift, but nothing in your life collapses. You pick up on the energy, but your path remains protected. That is divine interception. What was attempted against you recently hit a wall of divine fire. It reached the boundary of your spiritual field and was immediately repelled. The reason is simple. You do not stand alone. Your life is surrounded by angels who were assigned to you before you were born. You are spiritually guarded by forces that the enemy cannot see, but absolutely fears. You walk with a covering that darkness cannot penetrate. Even if someone uses spiritual rituals, even if someone pours their intention into dark methods, even if they focus deeply on bringing harm to your path, they cannot override God's protection. Darkness can attempt, but it can never conquer what God has claimed. The enemy miscalculates when targeting a chosen one. They see your vulnerability but not your protection. They see your quietness but not your authority. They see your fatigue but not your anointing. They see your human side but not your divine assignment. They do not understand that God surrounds you like a shield that moves ahead of you, beside you, and behind you. It is a triple-layered protection that darkness cannot bypass. One of the biggest reasons the attack failed is because your spirit is awake. Even when you feel tired, even when you feel emotionally heavy, even when you feel disconnected, your spirit remains alert. A chosen one's spirit never sleeps. Your physical body rests, but your spirit stays aware. That awareness alone makes dark energy ineffective. Darkness thrives in spiritual ignorance. But chosen ones live in spiritual awareness. You are not blind, you are not unaware. And that automatically strips darkness of its power. The next reason the attack failed is because you are not aligned with fear. You may feel fear temporarily, but you never become fear. You do not allow fear to define you, shape you, or control your path. Fear creates openings. Faith creates protection. And even when you feel shaken, your faith remains anchored in God. That alone creates a barrier that no dark intention can break. The enemy cannot enter a heart that remains anchored in divine trust. Many underestimate how powerful faith is. They see it as a belief, but spiritually, it is armor. Chosen one, another reason the attack failed is because of your spiritual growth. You have been evolving silently. You have been shedding old patterns. You have been releasing old energies. You have been healing. You have been clearing your space. You have been drawing closer to God. And because of that inner elevation, your spiritual frequency is no longer accessible to low vibrational energy. It is like someone trying to strike a bird that is already too high in the sky. They cannot reach you because you are not where you used to be. Darkness attempted an attack based on your old frequency, but you no longer stand there. Let me tell you something many chosen ones do not realize. Elevation attracts interference, but elevation also increases protection. As you rise, your spiritual armor becomes stronger. As you grow, your angelic support increases. As you step deeper into your purpose, heaven reinforces your shield. The attack failed because your new season carries new protection. What could have affected you years ago cannot touch you today. What intimidated you before no longer has authority over you. Your spiritual rank has increased, and darkness cannot touch a chosen one whose rank has been elevated. The attack also failed because God has a plan for your life that is currently unfolding. You are not in a stagnant season. You are in a transition, a transformation, a spiritual breakthrough moment. This is when darkness tries the hardest because it senses what is coming. But this is also when God stands the closest. Divine alignment always increases divine defense. Anything sent toward you during this time runs into God's will, and nothing overrides the will of God. Nothing. No spell, no ritual, no intention, no words spoken in hatred. God's plan is fixed, sealed, and untouchable. Another reason the attack failed is because your heart is pure. Purity has power. Light has power. Integrity has power. A clean heart vibrates at a frequency that dark energy cannot attach to. Darkness searches for bitterness, resentment, hatred, or fear to latch onto. But your heart, even when hurt, remains pure. Even when betrayed, remains soft. Even when disappointed, remains open. That purity is not weakness. It is a divine shield. It keeps you aligned with heaven and keeps darkness confused. The enemy cannot enter a heart that refuses to mirror the evil around it. Let me also address one more critical truth. Darkness cannot overcome someone who is chosen because your destiny requires your survival. Your path requires your presence. Your calling requires your victory. You have not even reached your full purpose yet, which means God will not allow anything to cut your story short. You are in a divine process, and darkness cannot interrupt what God Himself is constructing. There are things you must still do, people you must still meet, messages you must still deliver, spiritual work you must still complete. God will not allow an attack to destroy you because your life carries divine assignments. Another reason the attack failed is because you unknowingly activated your protection. The prayers you prayed in the past, the moments you cried out to God, the seasons you remained faithful even when your heart was breaking, the times you chose good over evil. All of these created spiritual barriers long before this moment. Your past faith built present protection. Darkness did not expect that your foundation was this strong. Chosen one, the failure of the attack is also due to divine reversal. What was sent toward you was redirected back to its sender, not because you asked for revenge, but because spiritual law is exact. Energy returns to its origin. Intentions circle back to the one who formed them. You did not retaliate, but heaven responded on your behalf. That is why you may notice the person who tried to harm you facing confusion, setbacks, or emotional imbalance. Divine justice is not loud, but it is precise. Here is something else you must know. Your soul is too bright. Light exposes darkness instantly. When dark energy tried to attach to you, it encountered your inner light and dissolved. Darkness cannot survive in the presence of a chosen one's spirit. Even when you feel tired, your spirit glows. Even when you feel weak, your essence radiates. You carry divine fire inside you, and fire burns away anything that tries to dim it. There is also the fact that angels stood guard. Chosen ones are surrounded by angelic forces assigned specifically to them. You may not see them, but you feel their presence. They intervene in dreams, in energy, in mood, in timing. They block accidents. They shift your environment. They remove people suddenly. They nudge your heart. They wake you up at the right moments. These angels intercepted the attack long before it approached you. They formed a shield around your home, your mind, your spirit, and your path. Darkness fears angels more than anything else. The attack failed because you belong to God, not in a symbolic way, in a literal, spiritual, covenant-bound way. You are marked, you are chosen, you are protected. Your life is not random, your path is not unguarded. You walk with divine authorization, and darkness cannot enter what God has claimed as his own. Before we move on, pause for a moment. Take a breath. Let this truth settle in your spirit. You are safe. You are covered. You are protected. You are stronger than the attack. You are higher than the intention. You are beyond the reach of the one who tried to harm you. The return to sender. How dark intentions boomerang back to the one who sent them. Chosen one, now that you understand why the attack against you failed, it is time to understand what happens next, not to you, but to the one who sent it. Many people do not realize that spiritual energy operates under laws just as strict as physical laws. When someone throws a stone upward, it eventually falls back down. When someone pushes against a wall, the pressure pushes back. And when someone sends dark intentions toward a chosen one, those same intentions begin circling like a boomerang until they return to the exact hands that released them. This is not revenge. This is not punishment. This is spiritual law. Every intention carries a destination, and when it cannot enter the life of a chosen one, it seeks its original source. The moment the attacker attempted to interfere with your path, they signed their own spiritual release form. They set something in motion that they cannot stop. They tried to sabotage your peace, but they only fractured their own. They tried to send confusion your way, but confusion now sits in their own atmosphere. They tried to dim your light, but that darkness now hovers over their path like a restless shadow. Chosen ones are protected by a spiritual echo. Whatever is thrown at you echoes back. If someone curses you, the curse rebounds. If someone plots against you, their plan collapses on their own feet. If someone tries to block you, they end up blocking themselves. This is why God tells the chosen to stay calm, stay silent, and stay aligned. You do not have to retaliate. The law of return does all the work for you. The one who attempted the spiritual interference against you underestimated the spiritual law of reflection. Whatever energy you send out must be returned, amplified. When you send out goodness, blessings return multiplied. When you send out darkness, consequences return intensified. The person who tried to harm you is now walking into the energy they created. They built a spiritual trap, not knowing it was designed for themselves. They unlocked a door that leads nowhere but back to their own downfall. What is happening to them now is not about you. It is about the imbalance they created. The universe does not allow spiritual imbalance to linger. Every force must be matched. Every action must be answered. Your protection forced the energy to turn around. The moment it encountered your divine shield, it reversed direction instantly. This reversal is not always visible, but it is always active. The person may begin to face difficulties they cannot explain. They may experience emotional instability, financial strain, sudden conflicts, or unexpected setbacks. Their life begins to unravel in small pieces because nothing dark survives the collision with divine light. Chosen one, the most powerful part of this return is that you never lifted a finger. You did not pray for their downfall, you did not wish harm, you did not speak curses. You simply stood in your purity, and purity itself became their mirror. Darkness cannot stand the reflection of light. When the energy bounced back, it carried truth with it, exposing their own corruption, insecurities, jealousy, and spiritual sickness. They wanted to hide their intentions, but the return exposed everything. Another part of this law is emotional karma. When someone sends dark energy, their emotional state becomes unstable. They begin to feel what they wished on you. If they wished confusion, they lose clarity. If they wished exhaustion upon you, they become drained. If they wished chaos, their life enters disorder. They thought they could control spiritual forces, but spiritual forces always expose the one who misuses them. They try to harm a chosen one, but the act of attempting it reveals their true vibration. There is also an unseen consequence they never anticipated: spiritual disconnection. When someone taps into darkness to interfere with another person's life, especially a chosen one, they disconnect themselves from divine protection. They remove themselves from grace. They step outside God's covering and walk into spiritual danger. Darkness never works for free. It demands access. It demands space. It demands influence. And the one who attempted to harm you opened that door for themselves. This is why chosen ones must never envy the wicked. Their path may seem strong at first, but the cost they pay later is far greater than anything they gained. The person who tried to attack you is now dealing with a spiritual debt they cannot escape. They created a storm and are now standing in the center of it. They released energy they are not strong enough to handle. And the irony is powerful. The harm they intended for you was blocked, leaving only the consequences meant for them. Chosen one, another reason the energy returns to the sender is because God fights for you. Not metaphorically, literally. God steps into the battlefield the moment darkness tries to approach your life. He stands between you and the attack, and anything that tries to reach you must first go through him, but nothing can go through him. Nothing. That means the energy has only one remaining path: back to the sender. God does not allow his chosen to be spiritually harmed. He allows lessons, growth, discomfort, and transformation, but not destruction. You are too important to his plan. The return to sender does not always happen instantly. Sometimes it happens slowly, quietly, piece by piece. But you will know it is happening because their energy around you changes. They may become distant. They may avoid you. They may act uncomfortable in your presence. They may suddenly face things they cannot handle. Divine justice does not need your permission. It only needs divine timing. The one who tried to harm you will eventually understand something important. They chose the wrong soul to attack. You are a chosen one. Your spirit is guarded. Your path is sacred. And those who attempt to harm you only destroy their own peace. There may come a moment when you feel pity for them. not because you approve of what they did, but because your heart is kind. Remember this truth. Pity is natural, forgiveness is divine, but reconnecting is unnecessary. You are allowed to move forward without keeping the person in your life. The return to sender is not an invitation to reconnect. It is a closing of the spiritual door they tried to force open. You owe them nothing. There is something else you must understand. When the attack returns to the sender, it clears your path. It lifts the heaviness. It restores your atmosphere. It breaks the chains they tried to place around your energy. You may feel lighter suddenly. You may feel clarity returning. You may feel your spirit expanding again. These shifts are signs that the energy has completed its return cycle and is no longer attached to you. Chosen one. Your life is moving into a season where divine justice will be more visible than before. Not because God wants to punish others, but because God wants to protect what He is building within you. Your destiny is too significant to allow interference. Your purpose is too important to allow manipulation. Your calling is too powerful to allow darkness any victory. You are entering a time where anything sent against you will return faster, sharper, and louder. This is spiritual acceleration, not for harm, but for protection. Before moving forward, take a moment to acknowledge this. You survived what was designed to weaken you. You overcame what was meant to break you, and the consequences are no longer yours to carry. Your role, what you must do now to strengthen your divine shield. Chosen one, now that you understand the attack, the signs, the divine reversal, and the protection that surrounds your life, you must also understand your responsibility. God shields you, yes. Angels guard you, yes. But the chosen also carry a role in strengthening their spiritual armor. Protection is not passive. It is a living, breathing alignment between your spirit and heaven. You are not a helpless observer in this story. You are a divine participant, and the more you stand in your spiritual identity, the stronger your shield becomes. First, you must stay spiritually awake, not paranoid. Awake. Awareness is your greatest protection. When you are conscious of your energy, your emotions, your thoughts, and your surroundings, you shut the door before darkness even looks for an opening. Being spiritually awake means noticing when something feels off and addressing it immediately instead of ignoring it. Chosen ones cannot afford to overlook subtle signs. Your intuition is not a suggestion, it is instruction. When it speaks, you listen. You also need to regulate the energy around you. Not everyone deserves access to your presence. Not everyone can handle your spirit. Some people drain you without meaning to. Others drain you with intention. You must learn the difference and protect your atmosphere wisely. When your energy is strong, dark intentions bounce off. When your energy is scattered, interference becomes easier to attempt. You stabilize your energy by limiting access to people who are chaotic, manipulative, jealous, or emotionally unstable. This is not cruelty. This is self-protection. Chosen one. You must also strengthen your spiritual connection through consistency. Dark energy loses all power when you remain close to God. When you pray, even briefly, your atmosphere resets. When you sit in silence, your spirit aligns. When you speak affirmations of faith, your energy rises. When you read or listen to spiritual truth, your clarity increases. These small moments create an impenetrable field around you. The enemy thrives on your neglect, but when you nurture your spirit daily, even in small amounts, your shield becomes radiant and impossible to pierce. Another responsibility you carry is emotional cleansing. Spiritual attacks often try to enter through emotional openings. When you hold on to anger, resentment, fear, or anxiety, your energy becomes vulnerable. Clearing your emotions is not weakness. It is strength. You cleanse your emotions not by forcing yourself to be perfect, but by acknowledging what you feel and releasing it intentionally. This keeps your heart light and your spirit open to divine guidance. You must also practice spiritual grounding. Chosen ones are highly sensitive, And without grounding, you carry energies that are not yours. Grounding can be as simple as breathing deeply, touching the earth, spending time in nature, sitting quietly, or placing your hand over your heart for a moment of stillness. These small actions help you return to your center, quiet the noise, and regain your inner balance. A grounded chosen one is unshakable. Another essential responsibility is maintaining purity of intention. When your intentions are clean, your energy becomes stronger. You must avoid allowing bitterness to grow. Bitterness clouds the spirit. Avoid holding grudges even when someone has wronged you. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for your protection. It keeps your spirit flowing in light. Darkness tries to attach to heavy hearts. Keep your heart light, and no dark intention can latch onto you. Chosen one. You must protect your personal space. Your home, your room, your inner environment must carry peace. Clean spaces create spiritual clarity. Open windows let energy circulate. Soft lighting soothes the spirit. Even the way you arrange your space shifts the atmosphere. When your physical environment is calm, your spiritual environment strengthens. Dark energy cannot survive in spaces filled with intention and purity. You must also learn to protect your thoughts. The mind is the enemy's favorite entrance. Your thoughts create your emotional frequency, and your emotional frequency shapes your spiritual shield. When negative thoughts arise, do not absorb them. Observe them and let them pass. Replace them with truth. Replace them with faith. Replace them with divine affirmation. The more disciplined your mind becomes, the less space darkness finds to disturb you. Another powerful role you carry is guarding your words. Words carry power. What you speak becomes energy that surrounds your life. Speak light, not fear. Speak strength, not defeat. Speak faith, not doubt. You must speak with authority over your own spirit. Chosen ones do not speak empty words. Every word you speak activates a spiritual law. If you speak weakness, you lower your vibration. If you speak strength, you reinforce your shield. You also need to distance yourself from environments that spiritually contaminate you. There are places filled with low vibration, places that carry spiritual heaviness, places where the atmosphere feels unsafe. When you enter those environments, you feel drained. Learn to exit when your spirit tells you to. Not every place deserves your presence. Not every room is safe for your energy. The chosen must learn to walk away quickly when their spirit becomes uncomfortable. Another responsibility you carry is protecting your dreams. Dark intentions often try to enter the dream world because chosen ones receive divine messages while sleeping. Before resting, align your spirit. Whisper a prayer. Speak protection over your sleep. Light your spirit with positive intention. These small acts shield your dreams and keep the spiritual realm clear. When your dream world is protected, your waking world becomes even stronger. Chosen one. Another powerful way to strengthen your shield is through emotional detachment from negativity. Not every battle deserves your energy. Not every comment needs a reaction. Not every conflict deserves your involvement. Darkness feeds on emotional chaos. It tries to provoke reactions. It tries to pull you out of alignment. When you choose silence, restraint, and emotional maturity, you starve the attack. You reclaim control. You must also honor your spiritual boundaries. If someone drains you, distance yourself. If someone lies, walk away. If someone manipulates, cut the connection. If someone envies you, limit their access. When you honor your boundaries, you protect your spirit. Boundaries are not walls, they are shields. They keep your energy safe while allowing your light to shine. Chosen ones must also practice gratitude. Gratitude is a spiritual weapon. It elevates your vibration instantly. When you express gratitude, you align with divine abundance, and abundance creates protection. Dark energy cannot attach to a grateful spirit because gratitude generates light, clarity, and strength. Another responsibility you carry is staying connected to your divine calling. When you walk in purpose, your whole spiritual field rises. Purpose activates protection. Purpose intensifies your aura. Purpose strengthens your awareness. Do not stray from your calling. The more aligned you are with the reason God chose you, the stronger your shield becomes. Chosen one. You also need to understand this truth. Isolation does not always mean loneliness. Many chosen ones are kept away from chaos so they can recharge and grow. When God isolates you, it is for protection. When your spirit urges silence, it is for clarity. Do not resist spiritual solitude. It strengthens you more than you realize. One final responsibility is trust. Trust is the highest form of spiritual strength. Trust in God's protection. Trust in your intuition. Trust in your divine covering. When you trust, your shield becomes radiant. When you fear, your shield weakens. Trust is not blind faith. It is spiritual intelligence. It is knowing that you are protected even when you cannot see the protection. Chosen one. Your role is simple but powerful. Stay aligned, stay awake, stay pure, and stay connected. God has already fought the biggest part of the battle. You simply need to stand in your divine identity. The more you stand in who you truly are, the less darkness can even attempt to approach you. Conclusion. A final divine assurance for the chosen one. Chosen one. Now that you have heard everything your spirit needed to understand, let this final truth settle deep within you. What was sent toward you has already failed. Not in the future, not eventually. It has failed already. You are not walking into victory someday. You are standing in victory right now. You have been protected, shielded, preserved, and carried by God in ways you may never fully see with your physical eyes, but your spirit knows the truth. You survived something designed to stop you because heaven refused to let it touch you. You may have felt the pressure, but you were never in danger. You sensed the disturbance, but you were never abandoned. You felt the heaviness, but it could not enter your soul. What was meant to harm you has become a confirmation of who you are. You are chosen, you are covered, you are spiritually untouchable in ways the enemy will never understand. As you move forward, walk with confidence, walk with clarity, walk with the awareness that you are protected not because of luck, but because of divine assignment. God is not only blocking the weapons you can see, He is blocking the ones you never knew existed. And this attack, this interference, this shadow that tried to reach you was simply a reminder of how powerful your light truly is. Chosen one, share your thoughts in the comments. If this message resonated with your spirit, let your voice be heard. And make sure you subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and share this message so others walking the divine path can awaken to their protection and purpose. Your story is not ending here. Your path is only beginning to rise.